Yo, what's up, everybody? That's right, back again with another Bullet Brawl Thursday. Let's do this thing. E4, notice the difference? That's right. We got the coordinates shaping up so you can follow the moves and all the action, but also see the times of each opponent, of each player. How awesome is that, right? It's not going to get any more exciting than what you're about to see here, especially now that we can follow the times as the games head down the stretch. A pre-move like rook to b1, when you know it's a forcing move that attacks the opponent's queen. And sometimes that's a good move to play in a bullet setting like this. I've already gained a few seconds on the clock, as you can tell. I'm going to allow myself to open up this position, having a lead in development. And being down a pawn, I need to be more aggressive in that sense to find more compensation for the pawn I had to sacrifice on b2 in order to gain the initiative. See, I'd like to attack the b7 pawn because if he can push it, if he pushes it, it will allow me to take on c6, which maybe weakens this d5 square for my knight. So that was my quick evaluation there as far as what my plan was. He's trying to continue to defend this knight on c5 because it's so important now that it defends the b7 pawn. I am trying to create pressure the only way I can, which is to bring pieces over to the king side. Hopefully that'll be enough in order to compensate. He still has some issues to figure out over there on the queen side, but not anymore, I guess, now that he's played this move b5. That was a smart decision, a Samuel Adams, as I like to say. Always a good decision. Now I'm attacking the queen. I'd hope to either get the knight on d7, and that's exactly what happened. He hung it. Or I was going to say the pawn on d6. So obviously he missed this move, and hopefully it's going to cost him the game, at least from my perspective. And then I just came back and missed a move, which is painful. Extremely painful. And now he is surviving. He only has 12 seconds, but I'm not in a position of a lot of time either. So I have to be extremely careful here. Maybe the wrong decision there to allow the queen trade, but I'm hoping to get e7 and now maybe even put the rook on d8. Uh-oh, can't do it. So I need to play quickly here before time runs out, pre-moving a couple moves, 10 seconds to 4 seconds. Let's offer a bishop trade. Even though theoretically this position is most likely a draw with best play, I'm hoping to beat him on time. That's my main goal right now. Managed to get him a little trapped over there. Who knows? Oh, now my rook is the one that's trapped. That's a problem. But, as you see, the key to bullet is not always the quality of your moves, but the speed of your moves. Well, this guy wants more. You know what we're going to do today? We're going to have double the fun here on this Bullet Brawl Thursday. Let's accept his rematch, especially now that he's a little bit irritated. A lot of bullet players have these sort of suspect openings, takes people out of theory, allows them to make their opponent think in a critical way earlier in the game, which is an advantage if if one of your main goals is to beat them on time, right? Getting them to think on a critical level earlier is better. So maybe he could have taken the b7 pawn, but he didn't want to take with the knight on f3 because I could have won this guy. If he took with the bishop, it could have been irritating for him on the d3 square. So if you're wondering, that's the quick explanation in terms of why he took with the pawn on g2. But I'm happy with this because now this f4 pawn is falling here. I'm going to undermine this. If he takes, I'll take here. Absolutely, I'd like to take here. If he takes on c6, do I have any tricks? Oh, I wish I had knight d3 check and winning pieces, but I just don't. So I will free the thread of the rook first. And now I'm going to prepare. At some point here, I will be taking this f4 pawn, whether he likes it or not. And he decides that he's going to allow it, thinking that he's getting just as much pressure on the g file now, which maybe he was. Maybe it was a little bit careless for me to give him that g6 pawn. It's quite possible. But I will move over and unpin this bishop on b2. Now I'd like to go for some checks. I'd also like to open up play on the queen side for my rook and bishop to have a party over here on b2. These are my quick thoughts I'm giving you, by the way. All right, let's sack the queen. It's sack time. Sacktown, population me. I'm going to take him to Sacktown. Look at the pressure I have on his king side. That's an initiative, Holmes. Knight d3 check is coming, which is not his favorite thing to deal with right now. There has to be some way for me to get all of my material back and then some. I'm threatening knight a3 check. Oh, he missed it. Look at this sweet mate. How is this for a finish on Bullet Brawl Thursday? After the move king to b1, I would have played rook takes b2. Chakalina la Schlamba. Bam. That's what I'm talking about. Well, he wants more. You know what? You're in for a special treat today because I'm feeling frisky. Oops, that was a mouse slip, which happens a lot in Bullet. I will pre-move my way out of it by gaining a little bit of time on the clock, hopefully making up for the bad move. And he's not necessarily playing really high-level accurate opening theory either, given this constant early queen development he's choosing. right? Definitely against the basic rules that I would be teaching my students. You know, a risky proposition, and he didn't see that I have this skewer coming. Maybe he could have taken b2 actually, but I would have gone back to c3 and perhaps maintained a pretty good initiative. But I'm happy to win the exchange and put his king in the center. I'm going to cackle long, play d4, open up the d file for my pieces, and go after the king. Quick evaluations are the best thing. Generally, you'll see that's why some of the strongest players are also the strongest bullet players, because your intuition needs to be clicking on a high level in order to compete in bullet chess, right? Not only that, but your calculating skills. But hopefully this is fun, and for all those of you who watch these games and feel like it's a little bit too fast to follow, we also have the live sessions, which are in the Sweet Chess Games playlist, similar in terms of hearing the thoughts of an international chess master while they play a live game in progress. So if you want a slightly slower version, but these Bullet Brawl Thursdays are designed for the not for the faint of heart, people who want a roller coaster ride every Thursday. We hope you look forward to it, in addition to our 2 other regular videos. This game here, by the way, was going to end quickly as soon as the D file became open. I'm also at material. His pieces are out of play. And I think this guy's choice of openings against an experienced bullet player is much less effective. They're much less effective if I'm not getting myself in trouble, this early development of the queen and sort of breaking some critical principles. There are a lot of players who can get away with that if they're mouse speed and they're making up for it in other areas with very strong calculation skills and a lot of experience with funky positions. But overall, I don't recommend it as a way to play bullet. A lot of times the way I say you play bullet is just like you would try to play blitz. Just push yourself to think faster. It's always good for your calculation skills. So hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you're enjoying the Chess.com YouTube channel, and I'm going to see you around on the main site.